Welcome to the Sponsored Rider Club podcast, your guide to motorsports sponsorship. Here's your host, Josh Weesey.
Welcome, everybody, to this episode of the Sponsored Rider Club podcast live experience, which is powered by 4Wheel Parts. This is the 52nd live experience that we published, and the 227th episode once this thing releases, 227, and that blows my mind. If you listened to the last episode that I produced, turns out that I made an announcement on that show, and I'm going to talk about it a little bit here, but I'm pretty much going to save that all for my next episode, which is going to be the last one that I produce as part of the Sponsored Rider Club podcast. So I honestly, it's hard for me to even talk about that right now, but I am going to, I'm going to make that happen. I'm not ready to talk about it today. It's emotionally challenging. I've been doing this since December of 2016, but I am going to get my thoughts together and share that in an episode in the very near future. So, Brennan, welcome. Hey, Brennan, let me know if you can see things okay. I'm getting all sorts of weird glitchy stuff here on my Facebook Live. So either way, I'm not getting into that right now, but this is going to be my second to my last episode that I produced for this show. Who knows what's going to happen next? Maybe I'll talk about that in the next one. Maybe. All right. I have been plaguing guests on my show with this one question. I've been asking them at the end of shows, if you could sponsor anyone in the world, who would you choose and why? And I'm not kidding you. I have literally given people outlines. I've given every one of my guests an outline prior to a show, and pretty much every one of them still stumbles on that question when I ask it. And I get it. It's tough. How tough, though? I wasn't really expecting that. I've literally been wanting to do a show about this for probably since I started asking the question myself, and I just have never brought myself to it. But I only got 2 episodes left. This one, and then my like farewell finale. So there's no other time. Brennan says it's glitchy, but he can hear just fine. Perfect, because the audio is what I'm mostly concerned about right now. So I've been wanting to do a show about this. Now's the time. And I have thought long and hard about how to answer this question. I've had so many amazing people on my show. Every one of the guests, I wouldn't bring them on if I didn't think that, they were somebody worth sponsoring. Like, I wouldn't put my brand on that person if I didn't already think they were worth sponsoring. So, like, Brennan's been on my show. Like, he's phenomenal. There's people joining here on Instagram have been on. Like, there's so many people that I would consider, and I went through all of them. I went through people that haven't been on my show. But I came down to one person, and that's who I'm going to share. And I've actually went back and forth on this for a while, on even should I talk about it? Should I just ignore it? Should I bury it? But like I bury my emotions. Should I bury my answer to this question? But no, I'm doing it right now. That's what the show is about. And the person that I would sponsor, if I could sponsor anybody in the world, is Sarah Price. I even thought about sending Sarah a message before the show and like tagging her, but that would give it away. So she won't see this, but I probably will just let her know later that like I picked Sarah Price. There's a whole list of reasons for this. So for people who don't know this about me, I do take notes prior to shows, just to make sure I got all my thoughts straight. This is all the stuff. This is everything I wrote down. Like, I got like a page of notes about why I chose Sarah Price. The list goes on and on. A lot of companies have made similar decisions, right? Sarah's pretty popular right now, but she's just been crushing it for a long time now. And I'm going to go through those reasons. I'm going to try to break it down. I don't even think I can capture it all. I don't intend to capture it all. but I'm going to get the highlights. I basically got 4 main reasons why I picked Sarah Price for this answer. So first, she is multifaceted, multi-disciplined. She does it all, and I really appreciate that. I like to think that I'd like to think that there's value in someone being multidisciplinary and being able to do different things. Throw them in any situation and they can come out on top. And that's one thing I see in Sarah Price. There's just a ton of things that she has done in the past and a ton of things she's doing right now and a ton of things I know she's going to do in the future that are pretty incredible. So I'm just going to name off some of the things that she does. So she's a drifter. Like, she can go out with the Hoonigans and drift, which is awesome. She can just tear things up. That's not even drift. She can just tear stuff up in a fun way, in an entertaining way. She can do short course UTV races. You know, she can do long ones too, but she's a stunt driver, which is that's just cool. She races the trophy truck. She's raced other trucks in multiple series. She's done Best in the Desert. She's done Score. You know, she does well at those things. She can race stadium trucks. She's done that tons of times. John Ferrion, welcome. John, I thought about you too, but you don't even know why yet because you just joined, but I thought about you too. Let's see, where's my stadium truck driver? She can be a model. I mean, Sarah Price has done that. She's done a lot of different photo shoots, and she does great with that sort of stuff. She's been on commercials and stuff too. She can crush that type of thing. She is an entertainer and a storyteller. If you've ever followed her videos, like, she tells stories constantly, and she does a good job at it. She's an entrepreneur. She has her own business, her own brand, and yeah, she makes it happen. All right. She's also an MX racer. Now, she doesn't do that as much anymore, but like, she's an accomplished MX racer, and I think that all these things are just like, most people would dream about doing one of these things well, and she's done all of them well, and I think that's super impressive. So that's point 1. I don't even know, like, that feels like it's point 1 through 30, but that's point 1. Next one here, point 2. She is a strong, confident woman. Now, when I was going through my list, it became relatively clear to me early on when I was trying to figure this out that I would want to sponsor a female rider or racer. I've definitely made it clear in my shows in the past that I want to promote the female motorsports athlete. There's a lot of folks I've had on the show. We've had specific shows where that's all we've talked about. And Sarah is one of, in my opinion, the top female athlete right now. I mean, she's just, like I said, in all these different categories, she's doing these things great. So I knew that I was going to pick a female athlete pretty early on in my process. So yeah, it just was who, because there's still a million choices to pick from that are just phenomenal choices. But I ended up with Sarah there. The third point here, she is a genuine person. I've met her twice, and she's been on the show twice. One of them was live, and I just felt like she had very genuine conversation and answers. She was very open, very down to earth. All of these things I feel make her a better representative or a brand ambassador, someone I'd want to sponsor. And the last one, she does a really good job representing her brands. She'll go to and do factory tours and make videos about them. She'll promote people at live events. She does great social media coverage, great videos and things like that. Lots of really good examples. And that's what I talk about in the show. Like, I'm ending on that point 4, because that's what I want people to take away from this show. I want them to look at Sarah Price, how she handles herself, how she handles her social media, and take notes. I think she's a good person to learn from. I don't want you to copy her, because I don't think that works for your genuine brand. But I do think that there's value in studying how she works and seeing what you can learn from that. All right, well, honestly, that is all I really wanted to cover in this show today. Like I said at the beginning, this is going to be my second to last episode of the Sponsored Rider Club podcast. My next one is going to be a farewell episode. I'm going to do it live as well. I was originally planning on doing it before the end of April, but I just don't know if I can make it happen. I just don't know if I'm ready for that last episode yet, so maybe I'll spread it out a little bit further. I don't know. But it's going to be tough, and I'm going to miss everybody. I'm going to miss the great conversations and all the great lessons learned, but who knows? I'm sure there's something else coming in the near future. We'll see. But at this point, I am going to leave you with this. Have fun and ride safe.